Hello everybody, I am NicoD. So today I am back with a music video, but I don't know yet what I'm going to do. So as you can see, I bought a guitar rack for all my guitars and they are all nicely in it. Not all of them, I still have got some more downstairs, but all my best guitars are now nicely in a rack. So let me take this camera so I can show you. So here I've got a new guitar and it is the Yamaha Pacifica. I love it. I will review this guitar next week I think, but I am waiting for a tremolo bar for it. But it is a great guitar. But I did put the wrong strings on it. I put 010 strings on it instead of 009 strings. And the 010 strings feel a bit too hard. So here I've got my small Spanish acoustic guitar. Here I've got my LTD Viper. You can see it well. Here I've got my big Spanish guitar. That's my best acoustic guitar. Here I've got my Ibanez. So that's also a good guitar. Here I've got my Ovation-like acoustic. It is an Applause by Ovation, so it looks like Ovation, but it ain't as good. The neck isn't as good anymore. There are some frets that are sticking up. Then I've got my Horugel that I bought last month, so it is a Gibson SG model with a tremolo. Pretty good, but today we are going to take a look at this. So this is not my guitar. So we are gonna talk about this guitar today. So this is an Ibanez RG, but Ibanez does it very strange with their model numbers. So it is an Ibanez RG470AHZ. So I will show you. Maybe you can see, maybe you can't. So it is an Ibanez RG, so all the RGs have got about the same body. It is a quite heavy guitar. This is really a shredder guitar. I am not a shredder, of course. It has a wide, rather flat neck for shredding. So it does have got Floyd Rose tremolo. It isn't Floyd Rose, it's a tremolo from Ibanez, but of course it looks like Floyd Rose, so we call it a Floyd Rose. So I asked my nephew if I could borrow it so I could set it up, because it wasn't set up very well and my nephew doesn't play much on it. So the strings that were on it were also 010 strings, and the action was a little bit high with those 010 strings, so the neck was a little bit more curved, because there was more tension, and also there was more tension on the... So there was also more tension on the strings, and I released a bit of the tension. It made the tremolo really hard, what was good for him, because he doesn't use a tremolo, and it didn't detune. Well, it doesn't detune with the tremolo, but it stayed well in tune when he put his hand on the bridge, and that's something you don't have with a soft tremolo, of course. When you put your hands on the bridge, then it will sound really detuned. So that was why I had stiffened the bridge, but I like some tremolo action. I'm not good at playing with a tremolo. Last month I bought my first guitar with a tremolo, so for me it is all pretty new. So let's plug it in. So yesterday I put on 009 strings, I relieved the tension. So I put on 009 strings and I relieved the tension of the tremolo. So now the action is a lot lower. So because there is less tension on the neck, it has gotten a bit straighter, and the action is pretty low. So it is almost the lowest of all my guitars. It is a bit strange to play with, but once I've gotten used to it, let's take this plectrum and first tune my guitar. because it are new strings. So this comes with a full locking tremolo, so you can lock it over here with screws. Once it is tuned and once the strings are put on, and then you lock it over here, and then you have to tune it with this. That's good. First things, so this is humbucker, single humbucker, so HSH. So these humbuckers are not that powerful, but that makes them sound pretty good with some effects. So my LTD Viper, for example, has very powerful humbuckers, but they sound awful with some distortion effects, like with the fuzz it sounds awful, or with this, with the dark mode, so with the Rats copy. And also my other guitar, my other Ibanez, has more powerful pickups than this, and it makes it sound a little bit harsh when you play soft things, but with this you can play really nice soft things. So this is the sound of the bridge pickup. Position number 2, so that is the bridge pickup with the single coil, I think. I'm writing a song! I have never played this before. So then we've got in the middle our single coil. This does hum a little bit. You might hear it. I will put on some distortion. So that is the hum. That is the humbucker. And that's the single coil. The other humbucker, single coil. So there's clearly a lot more hum in the middle, but it does sound pretty nice. A bridge humbucker always sounds a little harsh, and a neck humbucker also sounds a little sweet. So it is obvious the neck humbucker and the bridge humbucker have a bit more volume, even when they are lower. So the neck humbucker is pretty low. This one is a lot higher, but this one is the highest of them all. I didn't change anything to this, so this guitar is still as it was bought more than 10 years ago, I think. I think it is 10 years old, maybe more. I have no idea. I went to the music shop together with my nephew because he wanted a new guitar. So it was his first electric guitar. He was young back then, he was 17, maybe 16, I don't know. So he wanted an electric guitar, and we went to the shop and we saw this, and he said, I want that guitar. But I said to him, no, that's not the guitar you need. That is a way too hard guitar to learn on, because it has got the tremolo and full locking over here. It isn't as easy as just tuning it as another guitar. And also with the bridge, if you put your hands on here, then it will detune because you push in the tremolo. And that's also something that isn't very useful for a beginner. But he did buy the guitar and he does like it. He likes the look of it, but he doesn't play it very much because it is just too hard to play with, and it is a pretty expensive guitar. So I don't have any electric guitars that are this expensive. So it is a mid-range guitar, a high mid-range guitar. It is a really good guitar, but you have to get used to it. And certainly for a beginner, this is not the guitar for you. If you are a beginner, if you are more advanced and like to use a tremolo like you have been playing on a Van der Straat model, like the Pacifica over there, and you like to use a tremolo, then you can start buying something like this, but only when you are already used to it. Because if this is your first guitar, most people will say, oh, that's too hard. Even to change the strings, it ain't easy. You always have to have your keys with you to be able to open these, and if you break a string, there are also some screws over here that you have to loosen to get the string out and to replace the string, and then you have to tighten it again. So it is more complex than any other guitar, than any normal guitar. But if you really like to use a tremolo, and only then this guitar is really awesome. Because it is full locking, you can do with it what you want. Let me turn on some. So that's an example. I can't do anything with a tremolo. I'm not good at it, but it is just, yeah, an example. You can do really crazy stuff with a tremolo like this. So this is a Floyd Rose type of tremolo. It isn't a Floyd Rose, it is a Ibanez. So it ain't that easy to use it. I do manage to use it sometimes in a song when it is when I've got time to reach for it, but I like to keep it this way so it isn't in my way to play. One thing I have to say, this knob is way too close to here for me, so when you are playing I touch this knob constantly, and that is a pity. If they would have put the knobs over here, then there would be no problem, but it is over here, and that is just where I put my hands, where I'm used to put my hands, so I can't. Normally I put my pinky over here and play, like if I do things like this. And this knob is just in the way. Normally it would be on the spot where this knob is. So that is a pity. Why did they put this knob over here? And also this could have been a bit more to here and these knobs more to here. Then it would have been perfect. But yeah, those are the small details. For me this isn't my favorite guitar. I rather play on my new Pacifica that plays really cool. It isn't as fancy as this, but it sounds really great, the Pacifica. You will hear that next week. And I also like to play my LTD Viper more than this, because the LTD Viper, yeah, it has a really fast neck, but it isn't as flat as this neck. So yeah, I do like this guitar a lot. I love playing on it, so let's play a song. So for this song, it is in the way. I have to mute over here. And I can't do that because this knob is in the way. So that is really a pity. So for that, suddenly for the last note, I have to have the room for it, and I don't. Maybe I have to. No, that doesn't work. It really is annoying that this knob is over here. But well, let's start this song. that's the song Tits. It is called Tits, but Tatten in Dutch. So let's see what else is on here. Okay, so one last song. I'm going to use the neck pickup. So this is a song to play on an acoustic guitar, and I need my pinky to fit on here, but well, that ain't gonna work. So, what is it? Okay, here we go.